Om Sri Lakshmi Narsimhaya Namaha. Tejo Bindu Upanishad. Om, may he protect us both together. May he nourish us both together. May we work conjointly with great energy. May our study be vigorous and effective. May we not mutually dispute, or may we not hate any. Om, let there be peace in me. Let there be peace in my environment. Let there be peace in the forces that act on me. Chapter 1. 1. Param Dhyana, the supreme meditation, should be upon Tejo Bindu, the seed or source of spiritual light, which is the Atma of the universe, which is seated in the heart, which is of the size of an atom, which pertains to Shiva, which is quiescent and which is gross and subtle, as also above these qualities. 2. That alone should be the dhyana of the munis as well as of men, which is full of pains, which is difficult to meditate on, which is difficult to perceive, which is the emancipated one, which is decayless and which is difficult to attain. 3. One whose food is moderate, whose anger has been controlled, who has given up all love for society, who has subdued his passions, who has overcome all pairs, that is heat and cold, etc., who has given up his egoism, who does not bless anyone, nor take anything from others. 4. And also who goes where they naturally ought not to go, and naturally would not go where they like to go. Such persons also obtain 3 in the face. Hamsa is said to have 3 seats. 5. Therefore know it is the greatest of miseries. Without sleep and without support, it is very subtle, of the form of Soma, and is a supreme seat of Vishnu. 6. That seat has 3 faces, 3 gunas, and 3 dhatus, and is formless, motionless, changeless, sizeless, and supportless. 7. That seat is without upadhi and is above the reach of speech and mind. It is swabhava, self or nature, reachable only by bhava, that is being. 8. The indestructible seat is associateless, without bliss, beyond mind, difficult to perceive, emancipated and changeless. It should be meditated upon as the liberated, the eternal, the permanent, and the indestructible. 9. It is Brahman, is Adhyatma, or the deity presiding as Atma, and is the highest seat of Vishnu. It is inconceivable, of the nature of Chidatma, and above the Akasha. 10. It is void and non-void, and beyond that void, and is abiding in the heart. There is in it neither meditation nor meditator, nor the meditated nor the non-meditated. 11. It is not the universe, it is the highest space, it is neither supreme nor above the supreme. It is inconceivable, unknowable, non-truth, and not the highest. 12. It is realized with the munis, but the devas do not know the supreme one. Avarice, delusion, fear, pride, passion, anger, sin. 13. Heat, cold, hunger, thirst, thought, and fancy. All these do not exist in it. In it there is no pride of belonging to the Brahmana caste, nor is there the collection of the knot of salvation. 14. In it there is no fear, no happiness, no pain, neither fame nor disgrace. That which is without these states is a supreme Brahman. 15. Yama, that is forbearance. Niyama, that is religious observance. Tyaga, that is renunciation. Mauna, that is silence, according to the time and place. Asana, that is posture. Mulabandha, seeing all bodies as equal, the position of the eye. 16. Pranasam Yamana, that is control of breath. Pratyahara, subjugation of the senses. Dharana, Atmadhyana, and Samadhi, these are spoken of as the parts of yoga in order. 17. That is called Yama, in which one controls all his organs of senses and actions through the Vijnana that all is Brahman. This should be practiced often and often. 18. Niyama, in which there is the supreme bliss enjoyed to the following, or inclination, of the mind towards things of the same spiritual kind, viz. Brahman, and the abandoning of things differing from one another is practiced by the sages as a rule. 19. In Tyaga, that is renunciation, one abounds the manifestation or objects of the universe to the cognition of Atma, that is Sat and Chit, that is practiced by the great and is the giver of immediate salvation. 20. Mauna, the silence, in which without reaching that, speech returns along with mind, is fit to be attained by the yogins and should be ever worshipped by the ignorant even. 21. How is it possible to speak of that from which speak returns? How should it be described as a universe as there is no word to describe it? It is Tat, which is really called silence and which is naturally understood as such. There is silence in children, but with words latent, whereas the knower of Brahmana have it silence but without words. 23. That should be known as the lonely seat in which there is no man in the beginning, middle, or end, and through which all this universe is fully pervaded. 24 and 25. The illusion of Brahma and all other beings taken place within one twinkling of his eye, that should be known as asana, posture, in which one has with ease and without fatigue uninterrupted meditation of Brahman, that is described by the word Kala, time, that is endless, bliss, and that is secondless. Everything else is the destroyer of happiness. 26. That is called Siddhasana, Siddha posture, in which Siddhas, cyclical personages, have succeeded in realizing the endless one as a support of the universe containing all the elements, etc. 27. That is called Mulabandha, which is the Mula, root of all worlds, and through which the root Chitta is Bandha, bound. It should be always practiced by the Rajayogins. 28. One, after having known the equality of the Angas or parts of yoga, point to one and the same Brahman, should be observed in that equal or uniform Brahman. If not, there is not that equality attained. Then, like a dry tree, there is straightness or uniformity throughout. 29. Making one's vision full of spiritual wisdom, one should look upon the world as full of Brahman. That vision is very noble. It is generally aimed at the tip of the nose. 30. But it should be directed towards the seat of Brahman, wherein the cessation of shear, the seen and sight will take place and not towards the tip of the nose. 31. That is called pranayama, the control of breath, in which there is control of the modifications of mind through the cognition of Brahman in all the states of Chitta and others. 32. The checking of the conception of the reality of the universe is said to be expiration. The concept of I am Brahman is inspiration. 33. The holding on long to this conception without agitation is cessation of breath. Such is the practice of the enlightened. 34. The ignorant close their nose. That should be known as pratyahara, through which one sees Atman even in the object of senses and pleases Chitta through Manas. It should be practiced often and often. 35. Through seeing Brahman, wherever the mind goes, the dharana is meant that state where one indulges in the good thought. 36. I am Brahman alone and is without any support. This dhyana is the giver of supreme bliss. 37. Being first in the state of changelessness and then thoroughly forgetting even that state, owing to the cognition of the true nature of Brahman. This is called Samadhi. 38. This kind of bliss should be practiced or enjoyed by a wise person till his cognition itself, united in a moment with the state of Pratyag, Atman. 39. Then this king of yogins becomes a Siddha and is without any aid outside himself, and he will attain a state inexpressible and unthinkable. 40. When Samadhi is practiced, the following obstacle arise with great force: absence of right inquiry, laziness, inclination to enjoyment. 41. Absorption in material object, tamas, distraction, impatience, sweat, and absent mindedness. All these obstacles should be overcome by inquiries into Brahman. 42. Through bhavavrittis, that is worldly thoughts, one gets into them. Through sunyavrittis, void or empty thoughts, one gets into them. But through the vrittis of Brahman, one gets fullness. 43. Therefore, one should develop fullness through this means of Brahman. He who abandons this vritti of Brahman, which is very purifying and supreme, that man lives in vain like a beast. 44. But he who understands this vritti of Brahman, and having understood it makes advances in it, becomes a good and blessed person, deserving to be worshipped by the three worlds. 45. Those who are greatly developed through the ripening of their past karmas attain the state of Brahman. Others are simply reciters of words. 46. Those who are clever in arguments about Brahman, but are without the action pertaining to the Brahman, and who are greatly attached to the world, those certainly are born again and again in this world through their ajnana. 47. The former never remains, even for half a moment, without the vritti of Brahman, like Brahma and others, Sanaka, etc., Sukha and others. 48. When a cause is subject to changes, it, as an effect, must also have its cause. When the causes ceases to exist in truth, the effect perishes through right discrimination. Then that substance or principle which is beyond the scope of words remain pure. 49. After that, vritti jnana arises in that purified mind. Through meditation with transcendental energy, there arises a firm certitude. 50. After reducing the visible into the invisible state, one should see everything as Brahman. The wise should ever stay in bliss, with their understanding full of the essence of Chit. Thus ends the first chapter. Chapter 2. Then the Kumara asked Shiva, "Please explain to me the nature of Chinmatra, that is the partless, non-dual essence." The great Shiva replied, 1 to 23. The partless, non-dual essence is the visible. It is the world. It is the existence. It is the self. It is mantra. It is action. It is spiritual wisdom. It is water. It is earth. It is akasha. It is the books. It is the three Vedas. It is the Brahman. It is the religious vow. It is Jiva. It is Aja, the unborn. It is Brahma. It is Vishnu. It is Rudra. It is I. It is Atman. It is the Guru. It is the aim. It is sacrifice. It is the body. It is Manas. It is Chitta. It is happiness. It is Vidya. It is the undifferentiated. It is the eternal. It is the supreme. It is everything. O six-faced one. Different from it, there is nothing. None. None but it. It is I. It is gross. It is subtle. It is knowledgeable. It is thou. It is the mysterious. It is the knower. It is existence. It is mother. It is father. It is brother. It is husband. It is Sutra, Atman. It is Virat. It is the body. It is the head. It is the internal. It is the external. It is full. It is nectar. It is Gotra, that is clan. It is Griha, the house. It is the preservable. It is the moon. It is the stars. It is the sun. It is the holy seat. It is forgiveness. It is patience. It is the gunas. It is the witness. It is a friend. It is a relative. It is an ally. It is the king, town, kingdom, and subjects. It is Om, Japa, meditation, the seat, the one worthy to be taken in, the heart, the Jyotis, Swarga, that is heaven, and self. 24. All the partless and non-dual existence should be regarded as Chinmatra. Chinmatra alone is the absolute consciousness. and this partless non-dual essence alone is the real essence. 25th. Having consciousness alone except those having changes are Chinmatra. All this is Chinmatra. 26. He is Chinmaya. The state of Atman is also known as Chinmatra and the partless non-dual essence. The whole world is Chinmatra. Your state and my state are Chinmatra. 27. Akasha, earth, water, Vayu, Agni, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and all else that exist or do not are Chinmatra. 28. That which is the partless, non-dual essence is Chinmatra. All the past, present, and future are Chinmatra. 29. Substance and time are Chinmatra. Knowledge and the knowable are Chinmatra. The knower is Chinmatra. Everything is Chinmatra. 30. Even speech is Chinmatra. Whatever else is Chinmatra. Asat and Sat are Chinmatra. 31. The beginning and end are Chinmatra. That which is in the beginning and end is Chinmatra ever. The Guru and the disciple are Chinmatra. If the seer and the seen are Chinmatra, then they are always Chinmaya. 32. All things wondrous are Chinmatra. The gross body is Chinmatra, as also subtle and casual bodies. There is nothing beyond Chinmatra. 33. I and thou are Chinmatra. Form and non-form are Chinmatra. Virtue and vice are Chinmatra. The body is a symbol of Chinmatra. 34. Sankalpa, knowing, mantra, and others, the gods invoked in mantras. 35. The gods presiding over the 8 quarters, the phenomenal and the supreme Brahman are nothing but Chinmatra. There is nothing without Chinmatra. 36 to 38. Maya is nothing without Chinmatra. Puja, worship is nothing without Chinmatra. Meditation, truth, sheets and others, the 8 vasus, silence, non-silence and indifference to objects are nothing without Chinmatra. Everything is from Chinmatra. Whatever is seen and however seen, it is Chinmatra so far. 39 to 41. Whatever exists and however distant is Chinmatra. Whatever elements exist, whatever is perceived and whatever is Vedanta, all these are Chinmatra. Without Chinmatra there is no motion, no moksha and no goal aimed at. Everything is Chinmatra. Brahman, that is the partless, non-dual essence, is known to be nothing but Chinmatra. 42. Thou, O Lord, art the partless, non-dual essence stated in the books, in me, in thee, and in the ruler. He who thus perceives I as one of homogeneity, pervading everywhere, will at once be emancipated through the spiritual wisdom. He is his own Guru with this profound spiritual wisdom. Thus ends the second chapter. Chapter 3. The Kumara addressed his father again. Please explain to me the realization of Atman, to which the great Shiva said. 1 to 3. I am of the nature of the Parabrahman. I am the supreme bliss. I am solely of the nature of divine wisdom. I am the soul supreme, the soul quiescence, the soul Chinmaya, the soul unconditioned, the soul permanent, and the soul Sattva. I am the I that has given up I. I am one that is without anything. I am full of Chitakaksha. 4. I am the soul, fourth one. I am the soul one above the fourth, state of Turiya. I am of the nature of pure consciousness. I am ever of the nature of the bliss consciousness. 5 to 7. I am of the nature of the non-dual. I am ever of pure nature, solely of the nature of divine wisdom, of the nature of happiness, without fancies, desires, or diseases, of the nature of bliss, without changes or differentiation, and of the nature of the eternal one essence and Chinmatra. 8. My real nature is indescribable, of endless bliss, the bliss above Sat and Chit, and the interior of the interior. I am beyond reach of manas and speech. 9. I am of the nature of atomic bliss, true bliss, and one who plays with my Atman. I am Atman and Sadashiva. 10. My nature is Atmic. Spiritual effulgence. I am the essence of the Jyotis of Atman. I am without beginning, middle, or end. I am like the sky. 11. I am solely Sat, Ananda, and Chit, which is unconditioned and pure. I am the Satchitananda, that is eternal, enlightened, and pure. 12. I am ever of the nature of eternal Shesha, that is serpentine. I am ever beyond all. My nature is beyond form. My form is supreme Akasha. 13. My nature is the bliss of earth. I am ever without speech. My nature is all seat, foundation of all. 14 and 15. I am ever replete with consciousness, without the attachment of body, without thought, without the modifications of chitta, the sole essence of Chidatma, beyond the visibility of all, and of the form of vision. My nature is ever full. 16. I am ever fully contented, the all, and Brahman, and the very consciousness I am, I. My nature is of the earth. 17 to 21. I am the great Atman, the supreme of the supreme. I appear sometimes as different from myself, sometimes as possessing a body, sometimes as a pupil, and sometimes as the basis of the worlds. I am beyond the 3 periods of time. I am worshipped by the Vedas. I am determined by the sciences, and am fixed in the Chitta. There is nothing left out by me, neither the earth nor any other object here. Know that there is nothing which is out of myself. I am Brahma, a Siddha, the eternally pure, non-dual one, Brahman, without old age or death. 22 to 25. I shine by myself. I am my own Atman, my own goal, enjoy myself, play in myself, have my own spiritual effulgence and my own greatness, and I am used to play in my own Atman. Look on my own Atman, and am in myself happily seated. I have my own Atman as a residue. Stay in my own consciousness and play happily in the kingdom of my own Atman. Sitting on the real throne of my own Atman, I think of nothing else but my own Atman. 26 to 32. I am Chidrupa, alone, Brahman alone, Sachidananda, the secondless, the one replete with bliss and the sole Brahman, and ever without anything. Have the bliss of my own Atman, the unconditioned bliss, and am always Atma Akasha. Alone am in the heart like Chidaditya, the consciousness sun. I am content in my own Atman, have no form or no decay, am without the number one, have the nature of an unconditioned and an emancipated one. And I am subtler than Akasha, I am without the essence of beginning or end, of the nature of the all illuminating, the bliss greater than the great, of the sole nature of Sat, of the nature of pure, Moksha, of the nature of truth and bliss, full of spiritual wisdom and bliss, of the nature of wisdom alone, and of the nature of Sachidananda. All this is Brahman alone. There is none other than Brahman, and that is I. I am Brahman, that is Sat and bliss and the ancient. 33. The word thou and the word that are not different from me. I am of the nature of consciousness. I am alone the great Shiva. 34. I am beyond the nature of existence. I am of the nature of happiness. As there is nothing that can witness me, I am without the state of witness. 35. Being purely of the nature of Brahman, I am the eternal Atman. I alone am the Adishesha, the primeval Shesha. I alone am the Shesha. 36. I am without name and form, of the nature of bliss, of the nature of being, unperceived by the senses, and of the nature of all beings. 37 to 39. I have neither bondage nor salvation. I am of the form of eternal bliss. I am the primeval consciousness alone, the partless and non-dual essence, beyond reach of speech and mind, of the nature of bliss everywhere, of the nature of fullness everywhere, of the nature of earthly bliss, of the nature of contentment everywhere, the supreme nectary essence, and the one and secondless Sat, Vis Brahman. There is no doubt of it. 40 to 43. I am of the nature of all void. I am the one that is given out by the Vedas. I am of the nature of emancipated and emancipation, of nirvanic bliss, of truth and wisdom, of Sat alone and bliss, of the one beyond the fourth, of one without fancy, and ever of the nature of Aja, the unborn. I am without passions or faults. I am the pure, the enlightened, the eternal, the all-pervading, and of the nature of the significance of Om, of the spotless, and of Chit. I am neither existing nor non-existing. 44 and 45. I am not of the nature of anything. I am of the nature of actionless. I am without parts. I have no semblance, no manas, no sense, no buddhi, no change, none of the three bodies, neither the waking, dreaming, or dreamless sleeping states. 46. I am neither of the nature of the three pains, nor of three desires. I have neither Sravana nor Manana in Chidatma in order to attain salvation. 47. There is nothing like me or unlike me. There is nothing within me. I have none of the three bodies. 48. The nature of Manas is unreal. The nature of Buddhi is unreal. The nature of Aham, the I, is unreal. But I am the unconditioned, the permanent, and the unborn. 49. The three bodies are unreal. The three periods of time are unreal. The three gunas are unreal. But I am of the nature of the real and the pure. 50. That which is heard is unreal. All the Vedas are unreal. The Shastras are unreal. But I am the real and the nature of Chit. 51. The Murtis, Brahma, Vishnu, and Rudra have limitation, are unreal. All the creation is unreal. All the tattvas are unreal. But know that I am the great Sadashiva. 52. The master and the disciple are unreal. The mantra of the Guru is unreal. That which is seen is unreal, but know me to be the real. 53. Whatever is thought of is unreal. Whatever is lawful is unreal. Whatever is beneficial is unreal, but know me to be the real. 54. Know the Purusha, ego, to be unreal. Know the enjoyments to be unreal. Know things seen and heard are unreal, as also the one, Vavan, Varp-wise and Oof-wise, with this universe. 55 and 56. Cause and non-cause are unreal. Things lost or obtained are unreal. Pains and happiness are unreal. All are non-all are unreal. Gain and losses are unreal. Victory and defeat are unreal. 57 to 59. All the sound, all the touch, all the forms, all the taste, all the smell, and all Ajnana are unreal. Everything is unreal. The mundane existence is unreal. All the gunas are unreal. I am of the nature of Sat. One should cognize his own Atman alone. One should always practice the mantra of his Atman. 60 to 69. The mantra Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman, removes all the sins of sight, destroys all other mantras, destroys all the sins of body and birth, the noose of Yama, the pains of duality, the thought of difference, the pains of thought, the disease of buddhi, the bondage of chitta, all diseases, all griefs and passions instantaneously, the power of anger, the modifications of chitta, sankalpa, crores of sins, all actions, and the ajnana of Atman. 70 and 71. The mantra I am Brahman gives indescribable bliss, gives a state of ajada, the non-inertness or the undecaying, and kills the demon of non-Atman. The thunderbolt I am Brahman clears all the hell of not Atman. 72. The wheel I am Brahman destroys the asuras of not Atman. The mantra I am Brahman will relieve all persons. 73. The mantra I am Brahman gives spiritual wisdom and bliss. There are 7 crores of great mantras, and there are vratas, vows of or yielding 100 crores of births. 74. Having given up all other mantras, one should ever practice this mantra. He obtains at once salvation, and there is not even a practice of doubt about it. Thus ends the third chapter. Chapter 4. The Kumara asked the great Lord, please explain to me the nature of Jivan Mukti, that is embodied salvation, and Videha Mukti, disembodied salvation, to which the great Shiva replied, 1. I am Chidatma, I am Paramatma, I am the Nirguna, greater than the great. One who will simply stay in Atman is called a Jivan Mukta. 2. He who realizes I am beyond the three bodies, I am the pure consciousness, and I am Brahman, is said to be a Jivana Mukta. 3. He is said to be a Jivan Mukta who realizes I am of the nature of blissful and of the supreme bliss, and have neither body nor any other thing except the certitude I am Brahman only. 4 to 6. He is said to be a Jivan Mukta who has not at all got the I in myself, but who stays in Chinmatra, absolute consciousness alone, whose interior is consciousness alone. He is only of the nature of Chinmatra, whose Atman is of the nature of the all-full, who has Atman left over in all, who is devoted to bliss, who is undifferentiated, who is all-full of the nature of consciousness, whose Atman is the nature of pure consciousness, who has given up all affinities for objects, who has unconditioned bliss, whose Atman is tranquil, who has got no other thought than itself, and who is devoid of the thought of the existence of anything. 7 to 11a is said to be a Jivan Mukta who realizes I have no Chitta, no Buddhi, no Ahamkara, no sense, no body at any time, no pranas, no maya, no passion, or no anger. I am the great. I have nothing of these objects or of the world, and have no sin, no characteristics, no eye, no manas, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no hand, no waking, no dreaming, or causal state in the least, or the fourth state. 11b to 30a is said to be a Jivan Mukta who realizes all this is not mind. I have no time, no space, no object, no thought, no snana, that is bathing, no sandhyas, junction period ceremonies, no deity, no place, no sacred places, no worship, no spiritual wisdom, no seat, no relative, no birth, no speech, no wealth, no virtue, no vice, no duty, no auspiciousness, no jiva, not even the three worlds, no salvation, no duality, no Vedas, no mandatory rules, no proximity, no distance, no knowledge, no secrecy, no guru, no disciple, no diminution, no excess, no Brahma, no Vishnu, no Rudra, no moon, no earth, no water, no Vayu, no Akasha, no Agni, no clan, no Laksha, that is objects aimed at, no mundane existence, no mediator, no object of mediation, no mans, no cold, no heat, no thirst, no hunger, no friend, no foe, no illusion, no victory, no past, present, or future, no quarters, nothing to be said or heard in the least, nothing to be gone to or attained, nothing to be contemplated, enjoyed, or remembered, no enjoyment, no desire, no yoga, no absorption, no garrulity, no quietude, no bondage, no love, no joy, no instant joy, no hugeness, no smallness, neither length nor shortness, neither increase nor decrease, neither adhiropa, that is illusory attribution, no apavada, withdrawal of that conception, no oneness, no manyness, no blindness, no dullness, no skill, no flesh, no blood, no lymph, no skin, no marrow, no bone, no skin, none of the seven dhatus, no whiteness, no redness, no blueness, no heat, no gain, neither important or non-important, no delusion, no perseverance, no mystery, no race, nothing to be abounded or received, nothing to be laughed at, no policy, no religious vow, no fault, no bewailments, no happiness, neither knower nor knowledge, nor the knowable, no self, nothing belonging to you or to me, neither you nor I, and neither old age nor youth, nor manhood, but I am certainly Brahman, I am certainly Brahman, I am Chit, I am Chit. 30b to and 31 He is said to be a Jivan Mukta who cognizes I am Brahman alone, I am Chit alone, I am supreme. No doubt need to be entertained about this. I am Hamsa itself. I remain of my own will. I can see myself through myself and reign happiness in the kingdom of Atman and enjoy in myself the bliss of my own Atman. 32. He is Jivan Mukta who is himself the foremost and the one undaunted person who is himself the Lord and rests in his own self. 33. He is Vidya Mukta who has become Brahman, whose Atman has attained quiescence, who is of the nature of Brahmic bliss, who is happy, who is of pure nature, and who is a great Mauni, that is, observer of silence. 34 to 37. He is Videhamukta who remains in Chinmatra alone without even thinking thus, I am all Atman, the Atman that is equal or the same in all, the pure without one, the non-dual, the all, the self only, the birthless and the deathless. I am myself, the undecaying Atman, that is the object aimed at, the sporting, the silent, the blissful, the beloved and the boundless salvation. I am Brahman alone, I am Chit alone. 38. He is Videha Mukta who having abandoned the thought, I alone am the Brahman, is filled with bliss. 39 to 47a. He is Videha Mukta who, having given up the certainty of the existence or non-existence of all objects, is pure Chidananda, the consciousness bliss, who, having abandoned the thought, I am Brahman or I am not Brahman, does not mingle his Atman with anything, anywhere or at any time, who is ever silent with the silence of Satya, who does nothing, who has gone beyond gunas, whose Atman has become the all, the great and the purifier of the elements, who does not cognize the change of time, matter, place, himself, or other differences, who does not see the difference of I, though, this or that, who being of the nature of time is yet without it, whose Atman is void, subtle and universal, but yet without them, whose Atman is divine and yet without devas, whose Atman is measurable and yet without measure, whose Atman is without inertness and within everyone, whose Atman is devoid of any sankalpa, who thinks always I am Chinmatra, I am simply Paramatman, I am only of the nature of spiritual wisdom, I am only of the nature of Sat, I am afraid of nothing in this world, and who is without the conception of devas, Vedas and sciences. All this is consciousness, etc., and regards all as void. 47b and 48. He is Videhamukta who has realized himself to be Chaitanya alone, who is remaining at ease in the pleasure garden of his own Atman, whose Atman is an illimitable nature, who is without conception of the small and the great, and who is the fourth of the fourth state and the supreme bliss. 49 to 53a. He is Videhamukta whose Atman is nameless and formless, who is the great spiritual wisdom of the nature of bliss and of the nature of the state beyond Turiya, who is neither auspicious nor inauspicious, who has yoga as his Atman, whose Atman is associated with yoga, who is free from bondage or freedom, without guna or non-guna, without space, time, etc., without the witnessable and the witness, without the small or the great, and without the cognition of the universe, or even the cognition of the nature of Brahman, but who finds his spiritual effulgence in his own nature, who finds bliss in himself, whose bliss is beyond the scope of words and minds, and whose thought is beyond the beyond. 53b and 54. He is said to be a Videhamukta who has gone beyond or mastered quite the modifications of Chitta, who illumines such modifications and whose Atman is without any modifications at all. In that case, he is neither embodied nor disembodied. If such a thought is entertained even for a moment, then he is surrounded in thought by all. 55 to 62. He is a Videhamukta whose external Atman, invisible to others, is a supreme bliss aiming at the highest Vedanta, who drinks of the juice of the nectar of Brahman, who has the nectar of Brahman as medicine, who is devoted to the juice of nectar of Brahman, who is immersed in the juice, who has the beneficent worship of the Brahmic bliss, who is not satiated with the juice of the nectar of Brahman, who realizes Brahmic bliss, who cognizes the Shiva bliss in Brahmic bliss, who has the effulgence of the essence of the Brahmic bliss, who has become one with it, who lives in the household of Brahmic bliss, has mounted the car of Brahmic bliss, who has an imponderable chit being one with it, who is supporting all, being full of it, who associates with me having it, who stays in Atman having the bliss, and who thinks all this is of the nature of Atman. There is nothing else besides Atman. All is Atman. I am Atman, the great Atman, the supreme Atman, and the Atman of the form of bliss. 63 to 68a. He who thinks, my nature is full, I am the great Atman, I am the all-contented and permanent Atman, I am the Atman pervading the heart of all, who is not stained by anything, but which has no Atman. I am the Atman whose nature is changeless. I am the quiescent Atman, and I am the many Atman. He who does not think this is Jivatma, and that is Paramatma, whose Atman is of the nature of the emancipated and the non-emancipated, but without emancipation or bondage, whose Atman is of the nature of the dual and the non-dual one, but without duality and non-duality, whose Atman is of the nature of the all and the non-all, but without them, whose Atman is of the nature of happiness arising from objects obtaining and enjoyed, but without it, and who is devoid of any sankalpa, such a man is a Videhamukta. 68b to 79. He whose Atman is partless, stainless, enlightened, Purusha, without bliss, etc., of the nature of the nectar, of the nature of the three periods of time, but without them, whose Atman is entire and non-measurable, being subject to proof, though without proof, whose Atman is the eternal and the witness, but without eternality and witness, whose Atman is of the nature of the secondless, who is the self-shining one without a second, whose Atman cannot be measured by Vidya and Avidya, but without them, and whose Atman is without conditionless or unconditionless, who is without this or the higher worlds, whose Atman is without the six things beginning with Sama, who is without the qualifications of the aspirant after salvation, whose Atman is without gross, subtle, cause, and the fourth bodies, and without the Anna, Prana, Manas, and Vijnana sheaths, whose Atman is of the nature of Ananda, bliss sheath, but without five sheaths, whose Atman is of the nature of Nirvikalpa, is devoid of Sankalpa, without the characteristic of the visible or the audible, and of the nature of void, owing to unceasing Samadhi, who is without beginning, middle, or end, whose Atman is devoid of the word Prajnana, who is without the idea I am Brahman, whose Atman is devoid or of the thought of thou art, who is without the thought this is Atman, whose Atman is devoid of that which is described by Om, who is above the reach of any speech or the three states and is the indestructible and the Chidatma, whose Atman is not the one which can be known by Atman, and whose Atman has neither light nor darkness. Such a personage is Videhamukta. 80 and 81. Look only upon Atman. Know it as your own. Enjoy your Atman yourself and stay in peace. O six-faced one, be content in your own Atman. Be wandering in your own Atman and be enjoying your own Atman. Then you will attain Videhamukti. Thus ends the 4th chapter. Chapter 5. The sage named Nidhaga addressed the Venerable Ribhu. O Lord, please explain to me this discrimination of Atman from non-Atman. The sage replied thus. 1 to 4a. The furthest limit of all vak, speech, is Brahman. The farthest limit to all thoughts is the Guru, that which is of the nature of all causes and effects, but yet without them. That which is without Sankalpa, of the nature of all bliss and the auspicious, that which is the great one of the nature of bliss, that which illuminates all luminaries, and that which is full of bliss of nada, that is spiritual sound, without any enjoyment and contemplation, and beyond nadas and kalas, that is parts, that is Atman, that is I, the indestructible. 4b and 5a, being devoid of all the difference of Atman and non-Atman, of heterogeneity and homogeneity, and of quiescence and non-quiescence. This is the one Jyotis at the end of Nada. 5b and 6, being remote from the conception of Maha Vakyartha, that is the meaning of Maha Vakyas, as well as I am Brahman, being devoid of or without the conception of the world and the meaning, and being devoid of the conception of the destructible and indestructible. That is the one Jyotis at the end of Nada. 7. Being without the conception, I am the partless, non-dual essence, and I am the blissful, and being of the nature of the one beyond all, that is one Jyotis at the end of Nada. 8. He who is devoid of the significance of Atman, viz. Motion, and devoid of Sachidananda, he is alone Atman, the eternal. 9. He who is undefinable and unreachable by the worlds of the Vedas, who has neither external nor internals, and whose symbol is either the universe or Brahman, he is undoubtedly Atman. 10 to 12a. He who has no body, nor is a jiva made up of the elements and their compounds, who has neither form nor name, neither the enjoyable nor the enjoyer, neither sat nor asat, neither preservation nor regeneration, neither guna nor non-guna, that is undoubtedly my Atman. 12b and to 15a. He who has neither the described nor description, neither sarvana nor manana, neither guru nor disciple, neither the world of the devas nor the asuras, neither duty nor non-duty, neither the immaculate nor non-immaculate, neither time or non-time, neither certainty nor doubt, neither mantra nor non-mantra, neither science nor non-science, neither the sheer nor the sight which is subtle, nor the nectar of time, that is Atman. 15b and 16a. Rest assured that not Atman is a misnomer. There is no Manas as not Atman. There is no world as not Atman. 16b and 17a. Owing to the absence of all sankalpas and to the giving up of all actions, Brahman alone remains, and there is no not Atman. 17b to 21. Being devoid of the three bodies, the three periods of time, the three gunas of jiva, the three pains and the three worlds, and the following the saying all is Brahman, knowing that there is nothing to be known through the absence of chitta. There is no old age to the absence of body, no motion through the absence of legs, no action to the absence of hands, no death through the absence of creatures, no happiness through the absence of buddhi, no virtue, no purity, no fear, no repetition of mantras, no guru nor disciples. There is no second in the absence of one. Where there is not the second, there is not the first. 22nd. Where there is truth alone, there is no non-truth possible. Where there is non-truth alone, there is no truth possible. 23. If you regard a thing auspicious as inauspicious, then auspiciousness is desired as separate from inauspiciousness. If you regard fear as non-fear, then fear will arise out of non-fear. 24. If bondage should become emancipation, then in the absence of bondage will be no emancipation. If birth should imply death, then in the absence of birth there is no death. 25. If thou should imply I, then in the absence of thou there is no I. If this should be that, this does not exist in the absence of that. 26. If being should imply non-being, then non-being will imply being. If an effect implies a cause, then in the absence of effect there is no cause. 27. If duality implies non-duality, then in the absence of duality there is no non-duality. If there should be the seen, then There is the eye or sight. In the absence of the seen, there is no eye. 28. In the absence of the interior, there is no exterior. If there should be fullness, then non-fullness is possible. Therefore, all this exists nowhere. And now here, 29. Neither you nor I, nor this nor these, there exists no object of comparison in the true one. 30. There is no simile in the unborn. There is, in it, no mind to think. I am the Supreme Brahman. This world is Brahman alone. Thou and I are Brahman only. 31. I am Chinmatra simply, and there is no, not Atman. Rest assured of it. This universe is not really at all. This universe is not really at all. It was nowhere produced and stays nowhere. 32. Some say that Chitta is the universe. Not at all. It exists not. Neither the universe nor Chitta nor Ahankara nor Jiva exists really. 33 and 34. Neither the creation of Maya nor Maya itself exists really. Fear does not really exist. Actor, action, hearing, thinking, the two samadhis, the measure, ajnana, and aviveka. None of this exists truly anywhere. 35 to 38. Therefore, the four moving considerations and the three kinds of relationship exist not. There is no Ganga, no Gaya, no Setu, bridge, no elements or anything else, no earth, water, fire, Vayu and Akasha anywhere. No Devas, no guardians of the four quarters, no Vedas, no Guru, no distance, no proximity, no time, no middle, no non-duality, no truth, no untruth, no bondage, no emancipation, no Sat, no Asat, no happiness, etc., no class, no motion, no caste, and no worldly business. 39. All is Brahman only and nothing else. All is Brahman only and nothing else. There exists then nothing or statement as that consciousness alone is. There is then no saying such as Chit is I. 40 and 41. The statement I am Brahman does not exist then, nor does exist then. The statement I am the eternally pure, whatever is uttered by the mouth, whatever is thought by manas, whatever is determined by buddhi, whatever is cognized by chitta, all this do not exist. There is no yogin or yoga then. All are and are not. 42. Neither day or night, neither bathing nor contemplating, neither delusion nor non-delusion, all this do not exist then. Know that is no not Atman. 43. The Vedas, science, Puranas, effect and cause, Ishvara, and the world, and the elements and mankind, all these are unreal. There is no doubt of it. 44. Bondage, salvation, happiness, relatives, meditation, chitta, the devas, the demons, the secondary and the primary, the high and the low, all these are unreal. There is no doubt of it. 45. Whatever is uttered by the mouth, whatever is willed by sankalpa, whatever is thought by the manas, all these are unreal. There is no doubt about it. 46, 47. Whatever is determined by the buddhi, whatever is cognized by chitta, whatever is discussed by the religious books, whatever is seen by the eye and heard by the ears, and whatever exists as sat, as also the ear, the eye, and the limbs, all these are unreal. 48 to 51a. Whatever is described as such and such, whatever is thought as so and so, all the existing thoughts, such as thou art I, that is this, and he is I, and whatever happens in moksha, as also all sankalpas, delusion, illusory attribution, miseries, and all the diversities of enjoyment and sin, all this do not exist. So is also not Atman, mine and thine, my and thy, for me and for thee, by me and by thee. All these are unreal. 51b and 52a. The statement that Vishnu is the preserver, Brahma is the creator, Rudra is the destroyer, know that these undoubtedly are false. 52b to 54a. Bathing, uttering of mantras, japas, that is religious austerities, homa, that is sacrifice, study of the Vedas, worship of the devas, mantra, tantra, association with the good, the unfolding of the faults of gunas, the working of the internal organs, the result of avidya, and the many crores of mundane acts, all these are unreal. 54b to and 55. Whatever is spoken as of true according to the verdict of all teachers, whatever is seen in this world and whatever exists, all these are unreal. 56 to 58a, whatever is uttered by words, whatever is ascertained, spoken, enjoyed, given or done by anyone, whatever action is done, good or bad, whatever is done as truth, know all this to be unreal. 58b and 59, thou alone art the transcendental Atman and the supreme Guru of the form of Akasha, which is devoid of fitness for it, and of the nature of all creatures, thou art Brahman, there is no doubt of it. 60. Thou art time, and thou art Brahman, that is ever and imponderable. Thou art everywhere, of all forms and full of consciousness. 61. Thou art the truth, thou art one that has mastered the siddhis, and thou art the ancient, the emancipated, the emancipation, the nectar of bliss, the God, the quiescent, the diseaseless, Brahman, the full, and greater than the great. 62 to 64. Thou art impartial, Sat, and the ancient knowledge, recognized by the words, truth, etc. Thou art devoid of all parts, thou art the ever existing, thou appearest as Brahman, Brahma, Rudra, Indra, etc. Thou art above the illusion of the universe, thou shinest in all elements, thou art without sankalpa in all, thou art known by means of the underlying means of a scripture. Thou art ever content and ever happily seated in thyself. Thou art without motion, etc. in all things. Thou art without any characteristic in all things. Thou art contemplated by Vishnu and other devas at all times. 65 to 69. Thou hast the nature of Chitta. Thou art Chinmatra, unchecked. Thou stayest in Atman itself. Thou art void of everything and without gunas. Thou art bliss, the great, the one secondless, the state of Sat and Asat, the knower, the known, the sheer, the nature of Sachidananda, the Lord of Devas, the all-pervading, the deathless, the moving, the motionless, the all and the non-all, with quiescent and non-quiescents. Sat alone, Sat commonly found in all, or the form of Nityasiddha, the unconditioned developed one, and yet devoid of all siddhis. 70 to 73. There is not an atom which thou dost not penetrate, but yet thou art without it. Thou art devoid of existence and non-existence, as also the aim and the object aimed. Cut. Thou art changeless, decayeless, beyond all nadas, without kala or kashta, that is division of time, and without Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. Thou lookest into the nature of each and art above the nature of each. Thou art immersed in the bliss of self. Thou art the monarch of the kingdom of self, and yet without the conception of self. Thou art the nature of fullness and incompleteness. 74. There is nothing that thou seest which is not in thyself. Thou dost not stir out of thy nature. Thou actest according to the nature of each. Thou art nothing but the nature of each. Have no doubt, thou art I. 75. This universe and everything in it, whether the sheer seen or the unseen, resembles the horns of hair, or an illusory. 76 to 89a. Earth, water, Agni, Vayu, Akasha, Manas, Buddhi, Ahankara, Tejas, the worlds and the sphere of the universe, destruction, birth, truth, virtue, vice, gain, desire, passion, anger, greed, the object of meditation, wisdom, guru, disciple, limitation, the beginning and the end, auspiciousness, the past, present and future, the aim and the object of aim, mental restraint, inquiry, contentment, enjoyer, enjoyment, etc., the 8 parts of yoga, yama, etc., the going and coming of life, the beginning, middle and end, that which can be taken and rejected, Hari, Shiva, the organs, manas, the 3 states, the 24 tattvas, the 4 means, one of the same class or different classes, Buhu and other worlds, all the caste and orders of life with the rules laid down for each, mantras and tantras, signs and designs, all the Vedas, the inert and the non-inert, bondage and salvation, spiritual wisdom and non-wisdom, the enlightened and the non-enlightened, duality and non-duality, the conclusion of all Vedantas and Shastras, the theory of the existence of all souls and that of one soul only, whatever is thought by Chitta, whatever is willed by Sankalpa, whatever is determined by Buddhi, whatever one hears and sees, whatever the Guru instructs, whatever is sensed by all the organs, whatever is discussed in Mimamsa, whatever is ascertained by Nyaya, philosophy, and by the great ones who have reached the other side of the Vedas. The saying, Shiva destroys the world, Vishnu protects it, and Brahma creates it, whatever is found in the Puranas, whatever is ascertained by the Vedas, and is the significance of all the Vedas, all this resemble the horns of a hare. 89b. The conception, I am the body, is spoken of as the internal organ. 90. The conception, I am the body, is spoken of as a great mundane existence. The conception, I am the body, constitute the whole universe. 91 to 96. The conception, I am the body, is spoken of as the knot of the heart, as non-wisdom, as the state of asat, as nescience, as the dual, as the true jiva, and as with parts, is certainly the great sin, and is the disease generated by the fault of thirst after desires. 97. That which is sankalpa, the three pains, passion, anger, bondage, all the miseries, all the faults, and the various forms of time, know this to be the results of manas. 98 to 104. Manas alone is the whole world, the ever deluding, the mundane existence, the three worlds, the great pains, the old age and others, death and the great sin, the sankalpa, the jiva, the chitta, the ahankara, the bondage, the internal organ and earth, water, agni, vayu and akasha, sound, touch, form, taste and odor, the five sheaths, the waking, the dreaming and dreamless sleeping states, the guardians of the eight quarters, vasus, rudras, adityas, the seen, the inert, the pairs and non-wisdom, all these are the products of manas. 105. Rest assured that there is no reality in all that is sankalpa, the whole world, the guru, disciple, etc. do not exist, yea, do not exist. Thus ends the 5th chapter, chapter 6, 1 to 9a. Ribu continued again, knowing everything as Sachinmaya, full of Sat and consciousness, it pervades everything. Satchidananda is non-dual, decayless, alone, and the other that all. It is I, it is alone in Akasha, and thou, it is I. There is in it no manas, no buddhi, no ahankara, no chitta, or the collection of this, neither thou nor I, nor anything else, nor everything. Brahman alone is sentence, words, Vedas, letters, beginning, middle, or end. Truth, law, pleasure, pain, existence, maya, prakriti, body, face, nose, tongue, palate, teeth, lip, forehead, expiration and inspiration, sweat, bone, blood, urine, distance, proximity, limb, belly, crown, the movement of hands and feet, shastras, command, the knower, the known, and the knowledge, the waking, dreaming, and the dreamless, sleeping, and the fourth state. All this do not belong to me. Everything is Satchinmaya, interwoven. 9b to 29. No attributes pertaining to the body, elements and spirit, no root, no vision, no Taijasa, no Prajna, no Virat, no Srutatma, no Ishvara, and no going or coming, neither gain nor loss, neither the acceptable nor the rejectable, nor the censorable, neither the pure nor the impure, neither the stout nor the lean, no sorrow, time, space, speech, all fear, duality, tree, grass or mountain, no meditation, no siddhi of yoga, no brahmana, kshatriya or vaishya, no bird or beast or limb, no greed, delusion, pride, malice, passion, anger or others, no woman, shudra, caste or others, nothing that is eatable or enjoyable, no increase or decrease, no belief in the Vedas, no speech, no worldliness or unworldliness, no transaction, no folly, no measure or measured, no enjoyment or enjoyed, no friend, son, etc., father, mother or sister, no birth or death, no growth, body or eye, no emptiness or fullness, no internal organs or mundane existence, no night, no day, no Brahma, Vishnu or Shiva, no week, fortnight, month or year, no unsteadiness, no Brahmaloka, Vaikunta, Kailasa and others, no Swarga, Indra, Agniloka, Agni, Yamaloka, Yama, Vayuloka, guardians of the world, three worlds, Buhu, Buha, Swaha, Patala or surface of the earth, no science ni science, Maya, Prakriti, inertness, permanency, transience, destruction, movement, running, object of meditation, bathing, mantra or object, no adorable object, anointment or sipping with water, no flower, fruit, sandal, light waved before God, praise, prostrations or circumambulations, no entreaty, conception of separateness even, oblation of food, offered food, sacrifice, action, abuse, praise, Gayatri and Sandhi, period of junction such as twilight, etc., no mental state, calamity, evil desire, bad soul, Chandala, that is low caste person, Pulkasa, unbearableness, unspeakableness, Kirata, that is hunter, Kaitava, that is demon, partiality, partisanship, ornament, chief or pride, no manyness, no oneness, durability, triad, tetrad, greatness, smallness, fullness or delusion, no Kaitava, Benares, tapas, clan, family, sutra, greatness, poverty, girl, old woman or widow, no pollution, birth, intravision or illusion, no secret sentences, identity or the siddhis, anima, etc. 30. Everything being consciousness alone, there is no fault in anything. Everything being of the nature of Sat alone is Satchidananda only. 31. Brahman alone is everything and there is nothing else. So, that is I, that is I, that alone is I, that alone is I, that alone is I. The ethereal Brahman alone is I. 32 and 33. I am Brahman alone without being subject to mundane existence. I am Brahman alone without any manas, any buddhi, organs or body. I am Brahman alone, not perceivable. I am Brahman alone and not Jiva. I am Brahman alone and not liable to change. 34. I am Brahman alone and not inert. I am Brahman alone and have no death. I am Brahman alone and have no pranas. I am Brahman alone and greater than the great. 35. This is Brahman. Great is Brahman. Truth is Brahman. It is all pervading. Time is Brahman. Kala is Brahman. Happiness is Brahman. It is self-shining. 36. One is Brahman. Two is Brahman. Delusion is Brahman. Sama and others are Brahman. Badness is Brahman. Goodness is Brahman. It is of the form of restraint, quiescence, and all-pervading and all-powerful. 37. The Loka, world is Brahman, Guru is Brahman, disciple is Brahman. It is Sadashiva, that which is before is Brahman, that which will be hereafter is Brahman. Purity is Brahman, auspiciousness and inauspiciousness are Brahman. 38. Jiva always is Brahman, I am Sachidananda. All are of the nature of Brahman. The universe is said to be of the nature of Brahman. 39. Brahman is itself. Swayam. There is no doubt about it. There is nothing out of itself. The letter Om of the form of consciousness is Brahman alone. Everything is itself. 40 to 45. I alone am the whole universe and the highest seat, having crossed the gunas and am greater than the great. The supreme Brahman, Gurus, and the support of all, and the bliss of bliss. There is no universe beside Atman. The universe is of the nature of Atman. 46 to 52a. There is nowhere or no place without Atman. There is not even grass difference from Atman. There is not husk difference from Brahman. The whole universe is of the nature of Atman. All this is of the nature of Brahman. Asat is not the nature of Brahman. There is not a grass different from Brahman. There is not a seed difference from Brahman. There is not a guru difference from Brahman. There is not a body different from Brahman. There is nothing different from Brahman like I-ness or you-ness. 52b to 57. Whatever is seen in this world, whatever is spoken of by the people, whatever is enjoyed everywhere, all these are asat, unreal only. The differences arising from the actor, action, qualities, likes, taste and gender, all this arise from asat and are but pleasurable. The differences arising from time, objects, actions, success or defeat and whatever else, all these are simply asat. The internal organ is asat, the organs are asat, all the pranas, the collection of all this, the 5 sheaths, the 5 deities, the 6 changes, the 6 enemies, the 6 seasons, and the 6 tastes are asat. 58. I am Sachidananda, the universe is rootless, I am Atman alone, Chit and Ananda. The scenes of mundane existence are not different. 59. I am the truth of the nature of Ananda and the nature of the imponderable Chit. 60. All this is of the nature of Jnana. I am secondless, having Jnana and bliss. I am of the nature of eliminator of all things. I am of the nature of all non-beings. 61 to 63. I alone shine always. Therefore, how can I with such a nature become Asat? That which is called Thou is the great Brahman of the nature of the bliss of consciousness and of the nature of Chit, having Chidaksha, and Chit alone as the great bliss. Atma alone is I, Asat is not I am Kutaksha, the great Guru and Sachidananda alone. I am this born universe, no time, no universe, no Maya, no Prakriti in me. 64. I alone am the Hari. Personally, I alone am the Sadashiva. I am of the nature of pure consciousness. I am the enjoyer of pure Sattva. 65 to 71. I am the only essence full of Chit. Everything is Brahman and Brahman alone. Everything is Brahman and is Chit alone. I am of the nature of the all latent and the all witness. I am the supreme Atman, the supreme Jyotis, the supreme well, the supreme goal, the essence of all the Vedantas, the subject discussed in all the Shastras, the nature of yogic bliss, the ocean of the chief bliss, the brightness of all wisdom, of the nature of chief wisdom, the brightness of the fourth state and the non-fourth but devoid of them, the indestructible Chit, truth, Vasudeva, the birthless and the deathless Brahma, Chidaksha, the unconditioned, the stainless, the immaculate, the emancipated, the utterly emancipated, the soulless, the formless, and of the nature of the non-created universe. The universe which is assumed as truth and non-truth does not really exist. 72. Brahman is of the nature of eternal bliss and is even by itself. It is endless, decayless, quiescent, and of one nature only. 73 to 75. If anything is other than myself, then it is as unreal as a mirage in an oasis. If one should be afraid of the son of a barren woman, or if a powerful elephant be killed by means of the horns of a hare, then the world really is. If one person can quench his thirst by drinking the waters of the mirage, or if one should be killed by the horns of a man, then the universe really is. The universe exists always in the true Gandharva city that is merely unreal. 76 to 98. When the blueness of the sky really exists in it, then the universe really is. When the silver in the mother of petals can be used in making an ornament, when a man is bitten by the conception of a snake in a rope, when the flaming fire is quenched by means of a golden arrow, when milky food is obtained in the barren forest of Vindhya mountains, when cooking can take place by means of the fuel of wet plantain trees, when a female baby just born begins to cook, when curds resume the state of milk, or when milk goes back to the teats of a cow, then will the universe really be. When the dust of the earth shall be produced in the ocean, when the maddened elephant is tied by means of the hair of a tortoise, when mountain Meru is shaken by the thread in the stalk of a lotus, when the ocean is bound by its rows of tides, when the fire flames downwards, when flame shall become really cold, when the lotus shall grow out of the flaming fire, when Indranila, that is sapphire, arises in the great mountains, when Meru comes and sits in the lotus eyes, when a mountain can become the offspring of a black bee, when Meru shall shake, when a lion is killed by goat, when the three worlds can be found in the space of the hollow of an atom, when the fire which burns a straw shall last for a long time, when the object seen in the dream shall come in the waking state, when the current of a river shall stand still of itself, when the delivery of a barren woman shall be fruitful, when the crow shall walk like a swan, when the mule shall fight with a lion, when a great ass shall walk like an elephant, when the full moon shall become a sun, when Rahu, one of the nodes, shall abandon the sun and the moon, when a good crop shall arise out of the waste burnt seeds, when the poor shall enjoy the happiness of the rich, when the lion shall be conquered by the bravery of dogs, when the heart of Jnanis is known by fools, when the ocean is drunk by gods without any remainder, when the pure Akasha shall fall upon men, when heaven shall fall on the earth, when the flower in the sky shall emit fragrance, when a forest appearing in the pure Akasha shall move, and when reflection shall arise in a glass simply, without mercury or anything else in its back, when the world really is. 99. There is no universe in the womb of Aja, the unborn Brahman. There is no universe in the womb of Atman. Duality and non-duality, which are but the rest of differentiation, are really not. 100. All this is the result of Maya. Therefore, they should be Brahma Bhavana. If misery should arise from the contemplation of I am the body, then it is certain I am Brahman. 101. The knot of the heart is the wheel of Brahman, which cuts asunder the knot of existence. When doubt arises in one, he should have faith in Brahman. 102. The non-dual Brahman, which is eternal and of the form of unconditioned bliss, is the god of Atman against the chief of the form of not Atman. 103. Through instance like the above is established the nature of Brahman. Brahman alone is the all abode. Abandon the name even of the universe. 104. Knowing for certain I am Brahman, give up the I. Everything disappears as the flower from the hands of a sleeping person. 105. There is neither body nor karma. Everything is Brahman alone. There are neither objects nor actions nor the four states. 106. Everything which has the three characteristics of Vijnana is Brahman alone. Abandoning all actions, contemplate. 107. I am Brahman, I am Brahman. There is no doubt of this. I am Brahman of the nature of Chit. I am of the nature of Sachidananda. 108. This great science of Shankara should never be explained to any ordinary person, to an atheist, or to a faithless, ill-behaved, or evil-minded person. 109. It should be after due examination given to the high-souled ones, whose minds are purified with devotion to their gurus. It should be taught for a year and a half. 110. Leaving off thoroughly and entirely the practice recommended by the other Upanishads, one should study the Tejo Bindu Upanishad always with delight. 111. By one studying it, he becomes one with Brahman. Thus ends the 6th chapter. Om, may he protect us both together, may he nourish us both together. May we work conjointly with great energy. May our study be vigorous and effective. May we not mutually dispute, or may we not hate any, or Om, let there be peace in me, let there be peace in my environment, let there be peace in the forces that act on me. Here ends the Tejo Bindu Upanishad as contained in the Krishna Yajurveda. Om Se Krishnarpanastu. Om Tat Sat.